Hey, time for another out of this world story from our space. My 34 male wife, 32 female, applied for college and school loans behind my back and is threatening divorce if I don't agree with her decision. My wife and I have had a rocky relationship over the last few years. We have 2 young kids under 6. We are going to our second marriage counselor now, and I've been making progress on removing resentment and communicating better. I am the breadwinner in the relationship. My wife tends to want to spend any money that she has access to and believes I care too much about money. She is not involved with any of the bills and gets stressed out if I try and have a serious conversation about budgets with her. She has a bachelor's degree and has been bouncing around doing different jobs related to her degree. She never seems to be content with what she's doing and is always looking to change something. She is brought up going back to school for a different degree for a number of years now. I have tried to be open-minded and understand where she's coming from, but considering her young family, her financial responsibilities, and the fact she already has a great degree that she can do a lot with, it's been hard for me to be supportive of her ideas. We were fortunate enough to save up some money over the last year and were able to completely pay off her school loans. The next day, she lets me know that she wants to quit her job, maybe work part-time to still bring in some money, and go back to school to take out $60,000 in school loans. We had a discussion about what she wants to go for, how childcare would work, a few of my concerns, and she had some good ideas and had put a good amount of thought into it. When it came to asking for a timeline, she admitted that she had already applied, been accepted, and was waiting for my approval to sign the school loan acceptance. She then let me know that it was in the ballpark of $60,000 for this degree. As soon as I mentioned any apprehension to that financial and time commitment, I was told that I care more about money than my family. I found this truly hurtful, as I have worked hard to be where I am to be able to provide a comfortable life for my family. I do hold resentment for sacrifices I had to make at a threat of her breaking up our family in the past. As soon as the conversation got tougher about going back to school, she told me our values are too different, that I hold money above everything else, and that she will do this without me if I'm not on board. The conversation is not resolved, and I feel very hurt, and I am convincing myself more and more that this is not all right for a spouse to hang over their partner's head. My wife suffers from depression, has been seeing her own therapist, and has not been improving. Any obstacle she experiences, her first reaction is to quit, regardless of what's at stake. I am not free of fault, as I have made my own mistakes as well over the relationship. We have another marriage counseling session tonight, and I'm losing motivation right now to try and fight for this relationship, besides trying to give my kids the best life possible. My question for you fellow Redditors, do I bend over and fake a smile in hopes that this new career and life path brings my wife the fulfillment she thinks she's looking for? Or do I call her bluff and tell her she's doing this one on her own if she wants to burden herself with such a debt and time commitment while agreeing to break up my family? All right, commenters, let's see what you got. Also, Noda Spider says, how funny that she's accused you of devaluing your family when she can't seem to make a single sacrifice in the name of family herself. You have kids. I assume you'd like them to have the option of going to college without taking on massive amounts of debt. So money needs to be set aside for that. You also have every right to want a nice house and a good school district, an array of extracurricular activities to choose from, good clothes, and healthy food for your kids. All of those things cost money. Your wife could work a job related to her current degree and make money to put herself back through school. Plenty of people do. She doesn't need to rely solely on your income to do it. The real problem here is that your wife is selfish. She's unwilling to put the needs of the family above her own, and, honestly, that doesn't make for a great spouse or parent. Call her bluff. You don't deserve to be manipulated. Captain Chip6 says, I call it the grass is greener syndrome, which is always a failed approach in life. Look how her jobs have worked out. She does sound a little mentally imbalanced. Her plan makes it seem she does not want to spend time with kids and family. Securing a loan without your input is a huge deal breaker in a marriage. Obviously, there is more going on than this. There is the thing called owning a home, building equity, kids' college, and retirement. Kids actually get more expensive as they get older. Kids' college is in 12 years. Retirement, you should have a good head start on. My only advice is to start thinking about actions. Look into separation and divorce and how that is going to go. What can you do to prepare for it? Put out a post-nup. Or telling her that is her debt to carry. Actions tend to scare the crap out of spouses, and you will most likely see her true colors. Either OMG, what have I been doing? Or flip out and say, crap like, I should have never married you and had kids. The OP's response? I agree that she is chasing something that is probably not going to fix her problems. Our conversation last night did not end badly between us, but has left me numb. The fact that she went behind my back and is willing to possibly financially set us back a decade and sacrifice time away from family is very hurtful. I'm going to see if I can contact a divorce lawyer to get prepared. Any attempts to make her see how selfish she was being and how our life was made because of my hard work earning money just turned into how I'm the selfish one and that I don't respect her or trust her to make her own decisions. Mirek says, make sure when you hand her the divorce papers to tell her you trust her to make her own decisions and then to deal with the consequences of her selfish actions. She isn't in it for the family or the kids. She is in it for herself. You can try to approach it as goal-oriented if you like. If you get this degree, will you make enough money with the resulting job at your age to pay off these loans and cover the kids' college and your retirement catch up? Because if you can't show me all that is possible, I don't see how I can logically support this decision as being anything but selfish and not in the best interest of the family. Work shouldn't define you, but you are seeking for it to do just that in finding happiness and a job. If that is what you must do, then I will support you in one of two ways. Either you show me you meet the criteria I brought up, or we divorce so you can go live your dream. I wanted a partner, not another dependent. But wait, there's an update. Quick one. Just got done with her marriage counseling session. The counselor was on my wife's side and did not care or want to hear about any ultimatum. I am supposed to be more compassionate to my wife's feelings and desires and need to support her on this decision. Basically, I was given the same scenario by the counselor. If I want to stay in this marriage, then this is something my wife has to do. I will still be looking into protecting myself and consulting a lawyer. Thank you to everyone who responded and provided their advice and opinions. Okay, another quick story before we wrap up. GoFund of 4 years cheated on me and wants to fix it. No idea what to do. Help! I met my current girlfriend 4 years ago when we were both teaching English in Vietnam. Lived together there and traveled to tons of countries together. Tons of affection and laughs and planning having a family and getting married. We moved back to the US last year and started a new life together here in Arizona. The transition came with tons of turbulence as we didn't quite agree or communicate well on where to go or what to do next. I kept offering ideas, and she didn't participate much, but just shot down most of my ideas and didn't help. We've both been working hard this last year and trying to get our businesses set up. It hasn't been as fun or exciting as it was when we lived abroad, and there have been some arguments, but definitely hasn't been bad or unhealthy. Anyway, I read a journal of hers about a month ago and found out that she has had some sort of relationship with a hotshot real estate guy who we both know and see on hikes we attend every weekend. I grilled her for details and never really got the truth out of her. She claims it was just flirty messages back and forth and was quite fizzled out by the time I discovered the whole thing. After more investigating and persistence, I discovered that she and he had been sending each other nudes and having sexual conversations a few times, but nothing physical happened. I believe that nothing physical happened because her journal said several things about holding out and not giving in. So I feel confident that she didn't allow for that to happen, but still crossed several other boundaries. So I lost my crap and told her we are done, and she's been falling apart and telling me it was the worst mistake of her life and didn't really mean anything. She got caught up in all of the attention she was getting from this guy, which she said she felt was missing for a while. She's been telling me she will do anything and everything to gain my trust back, and it was the worst mistake ever. We're going to a couples therapist and she is taking the blame, before she was blaming some of my behavior, and admitting it was a huge mistake and an error. She is also letting me talk about it as much as I want and ask questions in order to gain clarity. I just feel confused about the situation and mix of hurt, betrayed, disrespected, but also I miss her and the way the relationship was. I know people do get through these kinds of things, but I imagine it comes with a lot of issues and resentment and a long time. I do love her and sense that she feels it was a screw-up, but my heart and mind are all over the place. If anyone can give me their honest opinion on how to move forward, it would be greatly appreciated. Couple quick comments. Android Mulcher 117 started us off. She only feels guilty because she got caught. Forgive her now, because she will only get better at hiding it next time. Sounds like you stepped in just before it got physical, which sounds like she had every intention. All it took was some attention from a stranger, and she steps out of the relationship with ease. Guaranteed she'll attempt it again in the years to come. Once they get a taste of the betrayal high, they come back for more.